Gold just sits there. Gold doesn't generate any income. Stocks are businesses. They generate dividends. And obviously, over a longer time period, stocks are going to outperform gold. Of course, they're going to outperform gold. Now, of course, not all stocks, but if you take a broad basket of stocks, a broad index, over longer periods of time, and the longer the time period, the more likely you are going to make more money owning income-generating businesses than just sitting on a pile of gold, right? Obviously, that is the case, right? You're compounding your dividends over time. You're not earning anything on your gold unless maybe you loan it out. But even then, the interest you're going to earn on a gold loan is going to be very low. So I am not against stock investment. But I tell people, what do I think will make you more money over the next 100 years? Buying the Dow or buying gold? I would bet on the Dow, right? Over the next 100-year time period, I think the Dow is going to outperform gold, right? Even though stocks are expensive today, if you got 100 years to wait, you'll probably be better off. But most people don't have a 100-year time horizon. Now, even 50 years, I'd probably say, okay, over the next 50 years, you're still probably better off from buying U.S. stocks than buying gold. Go back to 2009 when U.S. stocks got cheap. Okay, you would have been better off in U.S. stocks than gold, right?
Let's move on here. Time for bull market or BS. If the correction is really on the horizon, where can you hide out for profits? Peter Schiff, president of Euro Pacific Capital, author of the little book of bull moves in bear markets, joins us right now. Peter, always a pleasure to speak with you. Today's sell-off, put it in perspective for us. Is this the beginning of a big correction that we're expecting to happen?
Well, the correction was the rally. The question is, has the bear market resumed, or are we still going to correct and move higher? You never know that in advance. I mean, it's certainly possible. But either way, I wouldn't want any part of the U.S. stock market or the U.S. bond market. Nobody's going to make any real money here. If they want to protect their wealth, if they want to profit, they got to get out of the U.S. They need to invest abroad. Well, I like Asia in particular. I think there's a lot of real economic growth going on in the Asian economies. In general, we have a lot of headwinds here, and I think our market is expensive. I mean, you can find technology stocks trading in Asia that have much lower multiples and much better growth rates than the ones in the United States. The same thing applies for natural resource companies. Whether they're in Australia, whether they're in Norway, whether they're in Canada, I think you still get better buys abroad. I just think the valuations are higher here. You get more bang for your buck going abroad, and I'm also very afraid of what's going to happen in this economy. Remember, the real economic crisis is in front of us, not behind us, and I don't know what kind of draconian taxes are going to be imposed on whatever American companies are making profits. We can have windfall profit taxes on tech companies, on resource companies. I'm afraid of what this government might do to further undermine the profitability of our companies. So I want to stay away from it. I want to get out of Dodge.